It's time for the rundown. Tune in as Amelia and Lori share their must-dos in some of their favorite cities, amuse you with their guilty pleasures, share the unsung promo hero of the week, and help decipher all those impossible text acronyms.
Hello and welcome to episode 36 of The Rundown. I'm Amelia Madl from PROMOCORNER, one of your hosts, and joining me, as always, is my lovely co-host, Lori Bolton of the Magnet Group. How's it going, Lori?
I am amazing, Amelia. I'm good. I can't believe we're in the month of April, to be honest.
No.
I think I say that to you every time we record because we do it, it drops every other week, but
yeah,
literally, where is this time going?
I don't know. And this is the end of April when this drops, the 22nd. So it's crazy.
And it's crazy.
I know you have a bunch of stories. So before we get too deep in our pit of whatever randomness we spout, we have a show sponsor. And this week, our show sponsor happens to be Promo Show. So on Tuesday, April 26th, Promo Show is hosting a virtual show featuring the theme Made in the USA. It's going to run from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern, and suppliers can still reserve a booth. Just reach out to sales@promoshow.com. The show is going to kick off around 10:50 a.m., and we have a gentleman that is singing the national anthem live. He's done it a few years in a row. Really great. And then the show floor opens at 11. At noon, we have a couple of our distributors doing their live edition of Picks of the Week. And then we have a speaker coming to talk about the challenges surrounding producing and selling USA-made products and ways to address them. And then our favorite boy, Mr. Brandon, is going to give us a sneak peek of his return series, How Promo is Made. So go head on over to promoshow.com and you can register for your distributor. And if you need a booth, just hit me up and I will help you out. Okay, that was a mouthful. And today's Earth Day.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So your recycled hat, is it just the decoration or is the whole hat recycled?
Most of it has recycled parts, like recycled cotton, recycled polyester. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Amazing. Can I show you one of my recycled items?
Yeah.
It's super cool. People love it. And this little journal is made from 100% recycled apples.
I know. I want one. And
oh my gosh,
I'm also afraid if I know it's made out of apples that I might try to lick it.
Well, don't lick it and don't try to eat it. I guess you could try, but it also,
does it smell?
It smells like apple.
I love that.
I will get some for you with Promo Corner branding on it for you.
Ooh, yeah. I'm always looking for a good little notepad.
I tell my clients when I'm presenting this, like I have a vision of how they made this journal, that they're out in Italy, because these all come from Italy, and they're out at the factory out taking a smoke break. And there's all these apple orchards around and they're just smoking like, what should we do with all these apples? And they came up with, let's make a journal. So the cover is made from apple skin and the paper is made from apple pulp.
Is that a real story of how it came up, or is that just in your mind? That's a made up story that you think? Okay.
And I like that story.
That I like it. You have the background and yeah, we roll with it.
I've got the country right.
Lori, what have you been up to?
Jeez. So I've been on the road a lot, like
I know,
going back to like pre-2020, like that kind of road stuff. So this week I happened to be home for the week catching up, but it was the first week I was home all of March. Like wow. Crazy. So I'll make my long story really short. So I always, this, Amelia, that I've got family out in California. This was a California trip. Mm-hmm. And I always stop to see Grandma and Zadie. This is Lucas's grandparents. I make them homemade granola, chicken salad, and drop off and bring flowers. And that's my normal routine. And then I usually have dinner with husband one. So I'm having dinner with
ex-husband. She does not have two husbands. Ex-husband.
Lucas's dad.
You don't live in Utah. You live in Arizona.
I know, but I think it happens in Flagstaff, right over the mountain here.
Our good old sisters.
So we go to have this lovely dinner on Sunday evening, and I've been having major pain on my back left top molar that has a root canal and crowned. I mean, for the most part, I've got pretty good darn choppers.
Mm-hmm.
So we're eating and I'm like, Michael, and I ordered chia pino, so soft, I said, I can't, like, it hurts so much to even open my mouth, like so much pain, Amelia. So I said, can you just give me your dentist? I don't even know if she's available, but just give me your dentist in case this continues to tomorrow morning, Monday. So 3:00 in the morning, my tooth is like throbbing. It's got its own heartbeat. Like, it is so painful.
No, that's traumatic.
It was traumatic. So then Michael's clinic's across the street. So he had to come get me, release me because I was on Xanax. So he opened up a room for me, turned the lights off. I slept for 2 hours, but then I had a 4.5 drive to Fresno. That's
a rough Monday.
It was I did not skip a beat. I didn't miss, like, I kept going, but this has been very, very traumatic for me.
That's rough. I actually just made an appointment. I have a old crown, my very back molar. And when I made my last cleaning, they told me that there was like just a little start of a cavity under it, like between my teeth. So they have to replace the crown, because if you don't, what happens. You get, this one just happens to be a crown, not a root canal, but the one in front of that is a root canal, and they're expensive and not fun. So I'm like, okay.
No, it was super expensive. And Amelia, if for our listeners that remember, I'm still dealing with permanent numbness on my left lower quadrant. And I am 100% convinced this was a brand new crown. I wear a night guard.
You think you're grinding?
Well, I can't feel. So I'm 100% positive that this is associated to me not being able to feel the pressure of when I'm biting. Anyhow, deep breath. I tried doing deep breaths in the chair. I just 5 minutes put me out.
Okay. Besides that, happier things, Easter. We're doing a big family Easter this year. We haven't done it for many, many years. We have a family member that's sick. So our extended family on my husband's side, cousins, great cousins, like 50 or 60 people will be getting together for Easter Sunday. So looking forward to that at my sister-in-law's, which is just right around the corner from me.
Perfect.
So yeah, doing that.
And lovely.
Yeah. And then I'm taking my first girls trip in a few years. Me and two of my girlfriends are going to drive down to Oklahoma City the weekend of the 27th, 28th, and just have like a 4-day weekend and go to the spa and go to the racetracks and go shopping and whatever we want to do without kids and husbands.
That sounds amazing. But it's fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So we finished the pie last week.
We finished the pie, and because it's Earth Day, I'm going to just talk about it real briefly. But then starting the next podcast, I'll start getting into some hormone hacks, some remedies with food, talking about cortisol and some other stuff. I'll break it down so it's understandable, but I know we've got several fitness people, healthy people that watch this. So, it'll be interesting to get into dig into that.
Yeah, I need some hacks. I have a vitamin drawer right in front of me. So every morning I take like my multivitamin. I started taking an apple cider vinegar vitamin. So I'm
Bailey's trying to get out.
Oh,
yeah. No, so you're doing your thing, and I love that. And there's people that have reached out to me, not on Facebook, but individually that appreciate the Living with Lori segments and are like, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? Happy to help.
That's awesome. Okay. So what is our tip since it's Earth Day? What do you have for us?
So I'm just going to list some facts, and then I'll give you like 3 recommendations for Earth Day. So, 193 nations organize events on Earth Day. 193 nations. The world participates in Earth Day. Unlike, Thanksgiving is held in different days and times throughout the year, different countries, but Earth Day is recognized in the world, which I think is pretty fascinating. Like, we're all doing this together. So some of my suggestions for you for Earth Day is this will airdrop early, so you still have all day, and I'll even give you the weekend to do this. But take your bike to work. Don't drive your car. If you're close enough, take your bike to work, walk to work. Some people are, some people aren't, but that's one of my recommendations. And then obviously you get your fitness in. Plant a tree. I always thought, like when I was younger in Earth Day, plant a tree, that it needed to be this big, gigantic eucalyptus tree.
Right. A
It
full-size
doesn't.
tree. You wanted to plant like
Yeah.
a big tree with a trunk.
Yes. Yes. Plant a tree. And if you're in your community, there are people that are planting trees that look for donations because they are,
Mhm.
depending on the tree, expensive. So if you don't want to plant a tree, you don't have the space, contribute to the local organization that is planting trees for Earth Day. And then recycling. Recycling is my favorite. I have recycle bins. I recycle everything I can, and even stuff that maybe should not be recycled. Because they'll put it in the others, they go through it. So if it's not supposed to be there, they'll move it, but I'd rather have it there. So perhaps if you're not a recycler, consider it. It's good, good for the earth, and that goes into composting, and which we can talk about another day, but
I know.
recycling. And this is a great way, if you haven't participated in Earth Day previously, it's a great day to jumpstart a lifetime of habits around Earth Day, whether it's recycling or one day a week riding your bike to work. It's a good kickstart day.
Good. Well, I feel so bad. I used to save all my recycling stuff, and then I had to drive it to town, and they had bins, and I would just dump it. Well, they took those away because the town people got recycling containers, and the trash people just pick it up. But they don't do that for us out here in the country, and they took away my bins. So I do not recycle like I used to. But I do compost because my chickens eat everything. So I do that. And then I do, is it called upcycling? Like all of my clothes and stuff that I don't wear, and even my kids, everything gets passed down to a niece, nephew, cousin, and anything that nobody wants, and toys, like we just purged our closets. So there is a orphanage by my mom. So most of the time, some of the stuff, the toys aren't even opened yet in my kids' closets. So I box up those and books, and she drops them off there. So I donate everything clothes-wise that is, not junk that we can. So
that's amazing, Amelia. That makes me really, really happy. And yes, and just to piggyback on what you said, Earth Day is many things. I only touched on a couple here, but what you were saying, Amelia, that is recycling. That is being conscious of, and there's many ways that you can impact the earth. So
yeah, the kids these days, I feel like such an old hag when I say that, but the younger kids, like my daughter's age, they like to go Goodwill shopping and thrift store shopping instead of buying new clothes. And that's another way to save the environment by buying stuff that's already been used as opposed to newly manufactured clothes. So
yeah, I'm glad they're teaching them in the schools now, because it takes a village.
Yeah,
it takes the world.
Absolutely. Well, segueing into my mom did. I actually have two stories, but since I mentioned my chickens and composting, my funnier story is that. So my kids keep complaining every time I make them go give the chickens to scraps. They're like, the rooster's so mean. He tries to get us. And I'm like, stop. You guys are just trying to get out of your chores. I'm like, I go in there all the time. He's never bothered me. I get the eggs. I move them. Well, the other day I was in a hurry. And so my son was unloading feed from the back of my car, and I went to go do the chickens. And I went into the pen and tried to shoo him, and he charged me and bit my leggings. And I start screaming. I'm like, Alex, like he's gonna come save me or something. But I'm screaming in there, and I like jump out of the thing and shut the pen real fast.
Okay, so the kids were not exaggerating.
So I yell for my son, can't find him. I figured he just went into the house. So I get back in my car because I had it parked by the shop for unloading, and he was hiding in the back seat like he was going to try and scare me. And I was like, you little turd, I'm yelling at you to try and save me from this wretched rooster, and you're hiding trying to scare me.
Wretched rooster. Oh my God. So what is it, like mating season or something? I don't know when this happens. Like, is that why he went after you?
He's protective. They're his hens. He's like the pimp of the coop. Like if I try to get, we have like the little laying hatches for the chickens. And if one is in there and I'm collecting eggs and I try to like push one out, they'll like make their chicken sound. And when they do that, the rooster starts, crowing like, hey, don't mess with my girls. Like he's very protective.
Oh my gosh.
My other story, I'll tell it very quickly, but this is me failing as a parent. I was laying on the floor the other day watching TV, and Charlie is like annoying me. Charlie is the Bernedoodle, and he like keeps getting in my face, and he's bringing me all these toys. And Maddox had been in there, but I didn't know where he was. And all of a sudden, this dog toy that it kind of looks like a baby toy, like the hard plastic rings, it hits me in the face. And I'm like, Charlie, and I swing my arm back to try and like swat him. Maddox was laying on the floor behind the chair and I didn't see him. And I totally elbowed him in the eyeball. And his eye starts watering and he runs to the other room. And I'm like, did Charlie get you? Thinking the dog did it. And he's like, no, you did. Like, I'm so sorry. And his little eyes started to bruise and swell. And I'm like, please don't tell anybody at school that your mom did it.
That's a mom did for sure.
Yeah. We iced it that night. I gave him like a little iPad, and the next day it was barely red, but I felt so terrible.
Of course. Like he was in the range of fire. The fire.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just trying to lay here, mind my own business, relax in the evening. The dog's throwing toys on my face, trying to chew on me.
Oh my gosh.
Kids are climbing. Yeah. Okay, so I will try not to beat my children unintentionally anymore. We have every week an unsung hero, and this week, some of my favorites. So Brandon Petrich nominated Jessica Onions, and they both work for me. Everybody knows Brandon just because he's out there in the face. They might not know Jessica. She writes an article for us every month called Designer Patch, and she also is our graphics manager, and she does amazing stuff for us and for some clients. So Brandon, say something nice about Jessica.
Keep it nice, Brandon.
Keep it nice.
Hey everybody, Brandon here. You might know me from Promo Day or shows like Express Training Bites or Tacos Now with Jay and Jeff, but I wanted to jump here on the rundown and do a quick little unsung hero for somebody that makes Promo Corner and Promo Show's graphics look amazing, including the graphics that you see on this show here, the rundown. Look at all those amazing graphics. My unsung hero is Jessica Onions. She is literally crushing it behind the scenes. She is the GIF queen. If you get those emails, look at those GIFs. They're so cute. The animations are amazing. She's really stepping up the game and creating nice, clean, clear graphics for all of our suppliers and distributors, marketing needs, and not to mention, she even helps you guys out on how to be a better designer yourself through her little blog called The Designer Patch over at Promo Journal on PromoCorner.com. So my unsung hero on this episode of The Rundown is Jessica Onions from Promo Corner. Shout out, Jess, to the GIF queen. You rock.
All right. Love you guys. Can't wait to see both of you in person soon. We try to get together once a year for Promo Corner, and I will throw out the deets on that later, but thank you both. Lori, besides, I don't know what your guilty pleasure is. Hurting yourself, breaking teeth, going to the dentist, falling down. Do you do anything like as a pleasure?
It was a rough week for sure. So I know I've talked about this, but I am, I'm obsessed with my Pilates class. So I will have gotten in this week 4 classes. And yes, I go at the crack of dawn. The class starts at 6. I need to leave here at 5:30. My alarm goes off at 4:30, but I feel so good the rest of the day. So that and being out on the trails is really the guilty pleasures. I can tell you that snakes are out here. I saw 2 so far. And Bailey's getting snake trained here in a couple weeks. And if you guys don't know what that is, you have to look it up, or we can, because it's important. It's critical actually. But so my guilty pleasures are my Pilates right now and getting out and the earth, getting grounded after these being gone for weeks at a time in a hotel. Like for me, that is just, those are my guilty pleasures right now.
All right. Well,
what about you?
Girl, you got to catch up with me because I've burned through so many shows. Like Netflix can't keep up with me.
Okay, so we're on Netflix.
I'm not just a desperate housewife sitting on the couch watching or eating bonbons and watching TV all day. So I have been working out. So almost every day I take a 30-minute lunch and I either get on my Echelon bike or on the elliptical. Yes. I just put my tablet in front of whatever I'm writing or doing just to kind of, because I get sucked into the show and then I keep going.
Yeah.
So I watched 2 different series, completely opposite. I watched the whole 2nd season of Bridgerton. Did you start it?
So so this one I
Lori's like, hold up. Whoa.
Yeah, this one I have a problem with because I have not been able to get back to season 1, 2nd episode. And I know you've told me, and I promise you this weekend, my niece is in town. We will do this again. I'm going to start from scratch and do a clean slate because you love it. Everybody loves it, seems to be. So
with that said, I loved season 1. Season 2 was okay. The really hot guy wasn't in season 2, the Duke. So they played around him like being gone and traveling or whatever. But yeah, I did not enjoy season 2 as much as I did season 1. So try another episode, but don't hurt yourself getting through both seasons. Because if you're not enjoying the first season, you're not going to like season 2.
Okay, we'll try again though. I'll try again and see if we can make it happen.
Yeah, it's not as steamy. Season 1 was steamy. Season 2 is not as steamy. So
boring.
I know. No 50 Shades of Grey in season 2.
No 50 Shades.
So the other show that I watched, and Bridgerton is on Netflix. The other series that I watched, and I was watching it when I worked out because it was very entertaining. Lizzo had a series on Amazon Prime. Oh my gosh, what was it called? It's called Lizzo. I wrote it down. Hold on. Oh, Lizzo, Watch Out for the Big Girls. GRRLS. The Big Girls. So the whole series, she has people try out and then she narrows it down to a group. She puts them in the house and they slowly are learning her dances for her concert series. And then if they're good enough, she actually had several of them perform at one of her concerts. And then she hired some of them to actually tour with her on her tour.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, it was very cool. Very cool. And yeah. So watch that. It makes you feel way better, regardless of your size, if you're a size 2 or a size 22.
I love
she
that.
really embraces the person. There's even a trans woman on there that dances, and she gets hired to go on tour with Lizzo.
I love it.
Okay, so that's my guilty pleasure. So awesome. Next time you go to the hotel. Okay, we have a few minutes, and I did write down some acronyms because it's been a while. And I know you have a youngin' in the house. Is she brave enough to come on here and help Auntie guess, or is she hiding from us?
She says, sure.
Okay.
She's going to want something later. I know it.
What else haven't you given her?
Everything.
Oh, everything. The other thing, while she's getting settled, you remember a few weeks ago when I told you period? And I was like, period. And you're like, what's that? Like,
was
period. Every girl in the Lizzo show, every 5th sentence, they use period.
How do you say it though, right now?
So like, if they're dancing and they're like, that girl is getting on it, that's a fact, period. Like they were like, huge emphasis. Am I right?
Yeah, I think I've heard that one.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to start. Okay, let's see if she knows this one.
Okay.
HAK. Maybe if you and Auntie hadn't seen each other for a while and you missed each other, you might text this at the end of your conversation. HAK.
I don't
hope I'm happy.
Lori.
Happy as kiss. Hope as kiss.
Hugs and kisses.
Oh, Oh, jeez, Louise. We were talking about this morning. Like, why can't people just type this out for me?
Well, they usually use like XOXO, same thing. That's just.
And there's an emoji with 3 heart kisses on the face that I send her.
These are acronyms, not emojis. That's a different segment.
Okay.
Okay, young lady, when you're texting with your friends on a Friday night, you might say WTPA.
Oh,
I think I know this one.
Preach it, Lori. What is it?
Eh?
what's his plan?
Where the party at?
Oh,
Where the party at? I was close, Amelia.
What did you say?
What's the plan, eh?
Close. Yeah. Where's the party at?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plans, I said plans, party. It's all good. I was close.
Okay. You got to know this. GR8.
Great.
There we go. I needed a win for you guys.
She
Okay. Last
throws me a bone.
one. Okay. This was something I looked up and I hadn't heard.
If you haven't heard it, I surely haven't.
SHIP. It's more of a term. It's not an acronym, but SHIP is a like yeet and all the other cool slang we've been using. This is one. Have you ever heard it?
Ship.
SHIP. Not shit. SHIP.
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 Is that how you say it, or do you say it like yeet?
I looked this up today. It is a term teenagers use for romantic relationships, but not about themselves. Like if they were talking, these people are old for use. But if they were talking about like J-Lo and Ben Affleck, they could be like, their relationship is so ship.
I think they're in a ship.
They're in a boat that goes down constantly.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna go, but can you please teach your aunt who Lizzo is? She doesn't know who Lizzo is.
You don't know who Liz is?
No, why did you have to say anything? Now she's gonna think I'm not a cool aunt.
I tried to sing I can't even think. Wyman.
Tonight she's got a thing on Amazon. We'll watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Please teach Auntie who Lizzo is. I'm embarrassed for her for not knowing
And some
that.
dance moves.
She's like, who is that? I'm like, it's a singer. What did you ask me? She goes, is she country? Help Auntie be cool, please. I thought she was cool, but she just lost a ton of points right there.
Lost it. I've lost it. I'm losing my coolness. I'm losing my teeth.
You are falling apart, girl.
I tap out.
You are old, period.
I am. This is where I go, yeet.
Yeet my teeth. Oh, Lord. Okay, we are running out of time, and I'm sure people have quit listening by now. So if you're still listening or following, don't forget to register for the Made in the USA promo show. Just go to promoshow.com and then be sure to comment. I want to know if anybody else watched Bridgerton and was as unthrilled as I was. And then tune in again on May 6th, and Lori's going to start giving us a new realm of living with Lori about our hormone hacks. And I will try not to get attacked by chickens or block my kid's eye. All right. See you next time.
Bye.